Okay, Blake? Fine, great, thank you. So, this is the PFi Blade B2 Plus. Okay, so over the presentation we went over what the head was about, we went over the machine. So what I want to demonstrate today is the simplicity of it. So today we're going to be producing on the fly with a QR code, a box, a place card and a sticker. So when I'm doing all three of those, we're using both the through knife and also the kiss cut knife. And then what I'm going to do is then we're going to change that over and we're going to go semi-automated and we're going to cut out a puzzle. And there we're going to use the oscillating knife. So let's start. So all I'm going to be doing is going onto the software, and in the software, as we said in the demonstration or the presentation there, is that we're going to use a simple production process. This one is going to be the QR board sheet. So all I'm going to do is start that off. So what it's going to do is it's going to take the first sheet on, and we have to tell it where the QR code is. So on the software, as you can see, there's the QR code, so we'll save that information. That information is telling it that it's looking at the QR code on the sheet, and we will then start. So the first thing it's going to do is look for the registration marks. On this particular job, we've got 4 registration marks. So it's found those, and we're now going to use the kiss cutting knife. So it's the K3 knife, and we're just kiss cutting on some sticker paper. So as you can see, this will work up to 1200 millimeters per second, depending on complexity. It's already done the first 3. We're now working on the last part of the sheet. And then once that's done, that will then put the sheet into the waste bin there, and it'll take the next sheet. So the next sheet is going to be a place card. So again, what that's going to do is you just look at the software there, it's going to look for that QR code. It's going to bring the job up, as you see, and then start looking at the registration marks and then start producing. So there's your kiss cut there. You can see that. There's our first sticker, all nicely cut through, and there's your waste. So that's your first job. Your second job is now being produced. So here we've got different size place cards, different types of shapes. So again, adding value to that sheet. So they're not just square cuts. They've actually got angles and different types of shapes to them. So these could be for weddings. They could be for standard business cards, but something with a little bit extra flair to it, something with a curvature to it maybe. And again, depending on complexity, what we're doing here is we're obviously just doing a crease and then we're cutting. So we've got 18 to view here, and again, each job's going to take roughly between 30 to 45 seconds. With the jigsaw that we place down in a minute, that's going to take slightly long because it's more complex. So here is our place card. As we said, we've got a crease in the middle there, and we also then have different shapes to the place card. So that's the second job. Third job is already running, so it's already looked at the QR code, it's looked at the job, it's put it in position, it starts doing the creases first, and you can actually tell it which one you want to do first. You want to do the crease first or the cutting. It's up to you. So this is a simple perfume box that's going to take around about 45 seconds to produce. So that's done the third job, and it'll just carry on now. As long as the feeder's got sheets in there, and as long as you have a QR code, and as long as the job is in the actual folder, the hot folder, it'll carry on. So what we'll do is we'll just run this one out, and then we'll stop the machine, and then we'll show you the jigsaw puzzle. Something a little bit more intricate. So there's our job, and there's our waste. Okay, again, very simple, creasing and cutting, all from a QR code. So that's finished that one. So we'll stop the machine. As we have no other jobs for this particular machine. So what we'll do then is we'll then start on a jigsaw piece. So again, just show you that sheet as it comes out here. There's your job, there's your waste. Again, 30 to 45 seconds per job. So this job's going to be slightly different. So we're going to be putting in a bit of 3mm Fomex board. And we're going to be cutting, at the moment this job is currently 2 up, but we're just going to cut one of these to show you how easy and how quick it is to do. So this time we're going to be using the oscillating knife. This job doesn't have a QR code, so we're going to use this in a semi-automated way. So what I will do is I will find this job, there it is there, so that's the jig cutter. So here we have our jigsaw layer. If I show you on the software, our jigsaw layer is here in pink. If I turn it off, turn it on, show you. And in here is our registration mark. So we have 4 key points to the registration mark, and again, we can turn those and turn off. Okay, so it's very easy software to use. Again, if you're interested in a demonstration, we can show you how the software works and show you basically the value of the software. Okay, so we've got the job here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use again a production tool here. The process is now going to be a no QR. So it's going to use the registration marks, but we're actually bringing that file into the system. So here we go. So let's start that off. So it's going to collect the sheet. Again, as I said, it's 3mm board here. So the sheet's in position. We need to tell it where the registration marks are, and we also obviously need to tell it what tool we're going to use. So let's move the camera over to show you where that mark is. And you can either use the computer screen, or you can actually use the control panel on the machine itself. It's entirely up to you. So there's our registration mark. We'll tell you that it's starting. We're doing one sheet, and away you go. So that's going to find all 4 again. So that's our location. It's found the registration, and then what it will do is it will start then using the oscillating knife to cut that 3mm. As you can see, it's quite an intricate puzzle. I think it's a 24-piece puzzle here. So while that's doing that, let's just recap on the actual size of the sheet. So 800 by 600 size sheet, okay? Up to 6mm in depth for your material. Up to 1200 millimeters per second in speed. And we do have, as we showed you the PowerPoint presentation, the software allowing us to reduce the speed for different complexities of the machine automatically through a material database. So again, these puzzles could be personalized, they could be one-off, they could be 10-off. But the value in it is it doesn't need a die, and that's the key thing here. We don't need to actually go and get a die made. We don't have the setups. We can do jobs of one. That's where the value is. So that's just finishing off now. What we'll do is we'll home in on this particular puzzle piece with our camera to show you the intricacy once it's all done. We'll take the waste out and show you exactly what it's going to look like. So it's just finishing off now, last few cuts, and that's done. So let's get the head out of the way and show you. And we'll get our cameraman to come in tight with the camera there. So there's the waste, nice and clean. And as you can see here, there's your puzzle pieces, all nicely cut to shape. Okay. Again, these could be puzzles of one. As I say, that's where the value seems to be at the moment. Personalization, again, we can be doing the box as well as the puzzle, all making good sense. So, that's the demonstration today. I hope you find it informative. If you've got any questions about the demonstration or the B2 in general, please put it onto the site there. I'm going to hand this back over to Blake and then I'm going to run through back into the office there. So thank you very much for the demonstration.